Hey everybody, it's Brick Waffle here, and today I'm very excited because it is International Waffle Day. It's March 25th, and I didn't even know this was a thing until this year. I missed it last year, but I just tweeted that out not too long ago. And now I'm going to do something a little bit special for us. We already have the giant Brick Waffle statue here, and he's got his lava in his chest and whatnot, but I thought we'd give him a bit of an accompaniment to go with that. And I think maybe you guys can tell what I'm going to do here. If I open my inventory, I'm sure that a lot of you have just put this together exactly what's going to happen here. But I'm going to get digging, and I will be back with you when I have the next piece in place to show you. Alright, so we've got this weird bug here that we're still running on 1.8, and we're using Spigot now, so that doesn't show the beacon beams unless you can actually see the beacons are kind of looking where the beam should be, at a block where they should be. But anyway, we do have some beacons. I wish they showed up a little bit better, but we do have some red beams sticking out there, and when we do upgrade to 1.8.2 or later, I think, then those will show up nice in the sky. But the idea here is that these beams are going to go up into the giant waffle that we're building. So again, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time walking you through that step by step. If you've watched my previous Let's Play series, you've seen me build that before, but I am going to go ahead and get started on that, and I will resume when I have a little bit of the framework in place to give you a progress update. Alright, so there we have it. The new waffle is in place, and aside from the weird bug with the beacon beams, I think it's looking pretty good. I did have to move these around a little bit. I wanted them to be nice and centered. And I could have gone for 6 beacons kind of in a nice long row, but I think that's probably going to be enough. We do have speed 2, haste 2, jump boost 2, regeneration and resistance. So what we're missing is resistance 2 and strength 2. And honestly, with diamond armor, I don't think we're going to have to worry about that too much. We've also lit this area up fairly well in here, and we're going to do a little bit more lighting when we're done with the town. So that should be sufficient for now. Alright, so that's it for Waffle Day, and I'm going to go ahead and go on to what I was going to do today. And for those of you that are paying close attention, you may notice that this little building right here is new. And this is the Snowy Slopes Railway, and this is something that Torquata and I had been talking about. He has built a railway hub in the center of our town, and I do have a minecart. Awesome. I'm going to take this minecart back, and it is quite a long way. You can get the on a rail achievement on this, no doubt, but you'll see when I speed this footage up exactly why we need to decorate it, because it is kind of a long and boring ride. So get ready for a time lapse. Oh my goodness. Even at 4 times speed, which is as fast as I can make this thing go, that is a long time lapse. That's a long ride. But we do have the Waffleton line here, and let me come outside. We've moved a few things around, so I have deconstructed the auto furnace array. We are going to put that back somewhere else. And I have moved the nether building as well, and we just have the skull portal, so it's out on its own now. Let's see, I'm out of ender... Oh, no, good, I have ender pearls too. Let's throw one up here, see if I can make that shot. No, that was a terrible shot. Wow. Let's try that again up here. And take a look at this pretty building that Torquata made. So I think that looks really nice. It is kind of right down here in between his castle area and my little starting house with Sakala. So that's going to be pretty awesome. It is a long ride right through the spawn chunks, and yes, that is the other thing I wanted to look at today. So we have built, and by we I mean Sonata Block and I have built the villager-powered 1.8 carrot and potato farm. I left this running for about a day and filled this whole thing up. So I'm pretty sure that this is now, well, it might not quite be full. Okay, people have been taking some from it, but that's awesome. It only takes a little bit over a day to fill this whole thing up with both double chests and start backing into the hoppers. And then we have this button here that can toggle the lava on and just destroy any items that come in after that. The reason for that is you don't want a bunch of items just piling up here creating lag on your server. So anything that hits that, once this is full, we can toggle that on and prevent anything new from going in. It's a very efficient farm, and for those of you who don't know the design, it's from UnaryBit, and I'll put a link to that video in this description. But yeah, that took a lot of iron. Thankfully, we have the iron farm over there, and a lot of time just to place all the little fiddly bits, and to get the villagers into place, I think, is the hardest part. But now that it's done, that's awesome. We've got all sorts of food that we can use. And so what I really want to do today is to decorate that tunnel that goes from what I've called Snowy Slopes here all the way out to Waffleton. And I'm definitely not going to do all of that on camera. It's going to be a lot of repetitive, boring building. But what I want to do is show you guys a couple of pieces of that as we go along and see what you think. And I'm probably just going to do a little bit of the decoration here, give you a couple of options, and then get you guys to comment and leave some feedback here, see which design you like better, and whichever one gets the most comments, or most favorable comments, I'll go ahead and do for the rest of the tunnel. and we'll show you that in a future episode. So I'll be right back when I have a couple of designs to show you. Alright, so here are 3 designs, and I think what I'm going to do is center them all on the lights. So this is the first one. It's not very pretty, but it does use up a lot of the resources that I gather by clearing this out. So it uses some granite here, polished granite in the ceiling. The glowstone I can get from the nether pretty easily, and of course cobblestone stairs. So this just breaks up the pattern. It's not particularly appealing, but it would be certainly easy to do, would be minimal resource gathering. The next one uses some resources that I have here. So again, diorite and polished diorite, same thing as the granite, but a little bit whiter color. And then of course sea lanterns and stone slabs. The sea lanterns are a renewable resource for us with the Guardian Farm, and the stone slabs look pretty nice with that. I'm just not certain about this gap down here and that sort of thing at the top, but it could work. It could definitely work. And then the last one I think is the one I'm happiest with right now, and it actually is the one that's going to be the most resource intensive. So it needs a lot of birch stairs and some stone slabs, and then up here we've got jack-o'-lanterns hidden with leaves. So that gives us some extra lighting at the top, which makes it not quite as gloomy as looking down that way, and also gives us a little bit of green down here, which I think we kind of need. So this is my personal preference. I thought about doing something else here, but when I have to repeat this probably 120 times or so, I really don't want to get too carried away. I just need to know how many stacks of birch stairs and that sort of things I need to bring with me. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments. There we go. And I will build out the one that you guys think is the best, and I'll do that probably off camera because it'd be really boring to watch me build that over and over. But I will show you that in the next episode. So yeah, head down to the comments and pick your favorite. So the last thing I wanted to do is show you one of the suggestions from the Nuke Brothers here. So what I did when I moved the bank, I rebuilt that over here on the survival server, and I made a few tweaks to it. I put in some slabs at the corners to help break that up, and then we have some road flares here and a couple of police vehicles. Now these police vehicles came from Keralis tutorials, so this is the police SUV, and this is the police squad car with the flashing lights, and it looks really nice at night too, and wow, now that beam is showing up pretty regularly. But I thought that'd be kind of a nice touch. I thought about putting some TNT in here and having somebody blow open the vault, but I did that on the creative server, and the TNT results were pretty all over the place, mostly just left a big hole in the ground and kind of ruined all the aesthetic in here. But I did add some diamonds and some gold nuggets and a few gold bars in the vault area, and we've got this switch which, you know, really only lets you lock it from the inside, but that helps keep the iron door open. I think that's a nice touch as well. So thanks Nuke Brothers for the suggestion of the cop cars out front. I think that's a nice addition here, and that is really all I wanted to show you. So the last little bit is I'm going to do a little bit of landscaping back over by the brick waffle statue and maybe a little bit over here. But I wanted to talk to you guys about a few things. I've had some requests from some folks to do... Oops. Man, that would be that'd be my phone. Sorry about that. I've had some requests to do more tutorials, which would be great. If you guys have suggestions on what you'd like me to do, that would be fantastic. I've also had some requests to do a new modded series, and I've thought about doing that. I've thought about doing another mod sauce series. Would you guys be interested in watching me do that single player? Would you guys want me to do that multiplayer with the other block farmers? I might be able to set up that kind of server. We could also do potentially Sky Factory, although while that's fun, it can be really slow, and so I've watched a few of those and I've enjoyed them, but I'm not sure that that would be the best thing for my channel. And there's always the possibility of another mod pack as well. So I am going to be setting up my own kind of local server using some old computer hardware that I've got, so I should be able to run anything that requires a server. And it should be, you know, pretty reliable, I would think, and I have full control over rebooting it, tweaking configs, all that stuff. There's also another thing that might be a possibility, is that I would like to start putting together my own mod pack. Now, I had submitted one to AT Launcher, but apparently they thought it wasn't different enough from Mod Sauce and Feed the Beast. So I'm going to wait, and I'm going to get some other plans, maybe do a few tweaks to that, resubmit it at some point in the future, and hopefully that will get approved and we'll have the Block Farmers mod pack to share with all of you guys. Yeah, let me know what you think about modded Minecraft versus vanilla. I've kind of gone back and forth. It looks like most of you prefer to watch my vanilla series to my modded series, and I don't really have enough time to do multiple series, I don't think. So if I did mod it, it would mean putting vanilla on hold for a while, or maybe just doing a few tutorials here and there while I was doing the modded Let's Play. I also have plenty of projects here to do. Obviously, I've got more buildings to put out here. I've got the school on one side, and I've got you know, some homes to build over there. I've got the big office park. So there's definitely stuff to do here. But if you guys would prefer to watch me do other things, or if you'd prefer not to see me build kind of modern buildings over here, you'd rather see me build some kind of big base, I have some ideas for that as well. really, it's up to you guys. Like I said before, I really want to make videos that you guys want to watch, so please do let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any ideas or suggestions, feel free to let me know that too. If you don't have anything, don't worry. I'm going to keep making videos. I'm going to try to stick to one a week. Just with a full-time job, that's really all I can afford to do right now. I'm not a professional YouTuber. I just do this on the side because I enjoy making videos. Let me see if I can... It's probably not dark enough to sleep and make this rain go away. But at the end of the day, like I said, I want to make things that people like and enjoy, and I would like you to help me do that. So if you did like this video, please do hit that like button. If you really enjoyed it, then please subscribe. And as always, I've been Waffle. Thank you for watching.